Guys, I'm genuinely shocked, hey? This is genuine, like, surprise.
Hi guys, welcome to Benita's YouTube channel. If you haven't already subscribed, click that button down below and join the revolution.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see, I am not alone. I'm sitting here with a pretty lady. I am sitting here with your fave YouTuber. I'm sitting here with
OG Parley in the flesh.
Not a vibe.
What is up? What is good? Hello to the BD babies. Hello to the Parley babies. Parley world is happening. Yeah guys, so we're here to bring you some informative, all-round content, authentic,
wholesome, because we're wholesome hunts.
Listen, that's full as a circle.
So guys, today we're going to be doing a video comparing university in America versus South Africa. So I've had a few of you ask me, what is university in America like in comparison to South Africa? However, I haven't been able to answer this question because I've never been in university in South Africa. So as soon as I finished high school, I worked for a bit and then I went straight to America. Therefore, I brought in OG Parley to answer your question because sitting here right now is Black Excellence. It is 2 straight A babies.
4.0 GPA.
You know the vibes. Dean's List every semester type thing.
Listen, hi.
You know what to do.
Hi.
Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice.
Or don't talk to me at all.
Or don't talk to me at all. Okay, so are you ready?
I am as ready as I possibly would be.
So before we actually get into any questions, let's go through the nitty gritty, such as what year of study are you in? What are you studying? That kind of stuff.
Okay, so hi guys, once again, I love greeting, lol. So I'm actually completing my 3rd and final year studying a BA in Strategic Corporate Communications and Mandarin, and I'm a student at the University of Johannesburg.
Mandarin?
Yeah.
Like the language?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, polyglot in the building. Yeah, but I think that's like, that's it for my degree.
On my side, I am doing my 4th year in accounting, and I'm also going to go on to do my MBA. So that's what we do in terms of school. And now let's get into what do you do outside of school. And the reason why I'm asking this is because I want you guys to get the full picture of what it is that we do, and you know, so you can really understand what we do.
What we're actually going through.
So outside of school, what do you do?
So outside of school, once you subscribe, you'll understand how it all works. But I'm a content creator, and this is not only on YouTube. It would be on Instagram as well, but I am a retired influencer on Instagram. I have not actually publicly announced that, so you are first to hear that.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I also had a business on the side, OG Parley Couture, which specialized in durags and lashes, but I have that on hold right now because priorities first, which is school in this context.
On my end, so I'm a content creator with a focus on YouTube and Instagram. And apart from doing YouTube, obviously I'm a full-time student. And so international students are not allowed to have jobs off campus. So the jobs that I have are on campus. And on campus, I'm a senior resident advisor. I manage social media for one of the departments at my school. And what else? I was on the strategic planning committee of my school, which is basically
my degree. That's basically what it is.
Right. So it's basically planning what the next 5 years of my university will look like. We make those kinds of decisions. I was also the president of the Black Students Union. I'm the president of Omicron Delta Kappa, which is an honor society. I'm also part of... I'm also, oh, by the way, Joe Biden is in that. That honor society.
Listen, guys, she sits on the table. She sits on the table with the big dogs. The president, the president. You understand? They make those big grown-up decisions. Not the play decisions. What are we eating tonight? No. More like, what are we investing in tonight? You understand?
Where is this country going?
Honey.
You know?
Honey.
I'm also a part of, I think it's Tri Beta Delta and Omicron Delta Epsilon. Yeah.
I've heard of that. I have actually heard, like, genuinely I've heard of that. So like, this is like, okay girl, get it. She's where I Google, so yeah.
So those are 2 other honor societies. And then what else? I was also the treasurer for an organization called Rhythm Riders, which is a STEM team. And I was the historian, so I handle basically the social media for the international students. What else do I do? Okay, yeah. So that's what
Basically,
I do. At
she's
school.
our Mrs. President. That's exactly who she is, okay? So, like, if you vote BD for president, put it in the comments down below, okay?
But so that's what I was involved in at school, and then outside of that, I also work for a South African agency on commission, where I basically help them with getting clients.
That's
and
that
I
side.
facilitate. No, this side, in South Africa.
Okay.
So yeah, that's. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but from the top of my head, that's pretty much everything that I do.
That is a lot. That is a lot. Especially like at school.
Okay, so now getting into the video, the first question is, when does the academic year start and end in South Africa for your university?
So, like the calendar and the days of the year, we kind of just start at the beginning and end at the end. So it's like a January to December. It's literally like the most
We
basic
start when we
thing.
start, we end when we end.
Exactly. We start with the new year and then we end at the end of the year. And there are 4 terms, but they're divided into 2 semesters. That's why I'm in my 2nd semester, and it's like after July. Well, we're still in July, but anyway, we're basically in August, pre-August. Yeah, there's actually 2 semesters that are split into 2, which are like term 1, term 2, but we don't call them term 1. It's just like first half and like the second half type
Right.
thing.
In terms of your schooling, just give us, when does the first term start? First semester, 2nd semester. When do the semester start and end, and when do the holidays fall in?
Okay, so the very first semester would probably start at the beginning of the year, but unlike our high school system, here guys, varsity does not start in Jan, it starts in Feb, and for some in March, which for me was just like, what am I gonna do for 2.5 months? You know, it's very crazy. But me personally, we start like mid-February, if not beginning of Feb. And even with that, it's still like, you know, a week for like first years and stuff. But like all the grannies of the uni, like after first year, you are considered old. You don't exactly have that like free time. You just really get into work and stuff like that. And I think it lasts about like maybe 2 months or 3 months. I'm not too sure. Correct me if you're from UJ, please. I don't know. Maybe 3.5 months or so is like a semester. And after a semester, you'd have like school holidays.
So you close that around May.
Yeah, we'd close, and it's never ever like long holidays. That's one thing I must just mention. It could be like a week, you know, just a week after every semester. You are guaranteed at least 7 days of rest, alleged rest, because they still give you like assignments. There's always that one holiday that's longer than the rest,
Which
and
is
it's
3
usually in the
weeks.
middle of the year.
Yeah.
Like after like 5 months or of the actual year calendar. So maybe like in June, that's where you go on like a well-deserved 3 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, some 4, some 5. It depends on your university or your college and whatever.
So how the American system works is the academic year starts in August and it ends in May the next year. You have 2 semesters in 1 year. So first semester starts in August and it ends in December. Then you have holiday from December, around mid-December, like I'm talking about like 18 to 20 something. So you have holiday mid-December and you come back January around 15, around 20th, somewhere there. Then you have your second semester starting in January and it ends in May. At the end of May, you have a 3-month holiday of which you go back to school in August. So
Summer
vacation.
Phineas and Ferb, guys.
It's 104 days.
Summer vacation.
School comes along just to end it. But the annual problem for our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Like maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
So you have the 3-month holiday, that's the summer vacation. So 1 year, for me to have done 1 year of university, I must complete a semester in August and in Jan. That's 1 year. So right now I'm going to start my 4th year in August and I complete my 4th year in May and then I'm done. So that's how the academic year works.
That is so confusing. Like, the American system is so confusing. I'm just like, why must I start in August? Why August?
Yeah.
Why not November?
That's something that was confusing, is like when people would talk about the academic year, my mind is saying essay, the
January
beginning of Jan.
to December.
It took me a while to actually be like, the year starts in August. Yeah, that was confusing for a bit. So the next question I have is, how is school structured in terms of majoring? And like, let me rather tell mine so that maybe you understand my question.
Okay.
So how it works in America is, I want to major in accounting, meaning that's what I'm going to uni for, is accounting.
Your degree.
My degree, yes. So that's called your major. And so for me to complete my major, I need to get in general, I need to get 32 credits.
Yeah.
Right? And then you might find that accounting is only 16 of those credits. Then there's also gen eds, general education, that I must take, like English and a foreign language and math and science. Yeah, you have to take them. You can't graduate without them. So it's like you have to take science, you have to take math, you have to take
university.
Yes. Yeah, you have
to.
Yeah. So those are part of the credits that you have to take. Then you have to take one class on moral life, either moral life or some kind of science. You can pick it. There are credits that I need for my major, accounting, which I can complete. And then there's your gen eds and stuff. Oh, and then there's space after that where you can pretty much, the space, honestly, it depends on the person. If you're effing up and you don't know what you want to take when you go there, you just take this class, but you get the credit for it, it counts for something. And for if you are on track, like for me, as soon as I got there, I knew I wanted to do accounting. I started with accounting courses. I actually finished my accounting major last semester, meaning I'm officially done with accounting.
Like you're just ahead, basically. I'm
ahead, yes. Ooh. And also you can get an internship which counts for school credits. So because I had an internship and stuff, I'm actually, I had senior credits last semester, which means if I wanted to, I could have graduated December this year instead of May next year. So that's pretty much what the structure is. But I decided to take a minor. So I've taken a minor in management. So when I graduate, I've got an accounting degree, but I've got a minor in management. So I'm taking some management courses so I can accomplish that minor.
So that's how people can graduate with like 2 degrees, for example.
Yeah, other people can actually
I've never understood how like internationally speaking, like how people could, and I'm like, honey, you were going through what I'm going through times 2.
Yeah.
Like I've just that is, firstly, all I can say is wow, because wow and thank you, but no thank you. This thing of you must take science, what, he. No. Listen, I left you in high school, you cannot follow me. Yeah. That's the only thing that I'd say no to. Like, I cannot.
That's like going back to uni and being like, do you want to bluff? Because you have to take a language. But because I'm an international student, I got my language waived. So I was like, English is the language I learned, guys. You can't make me. I learned English, I learned Afrikaans.
No, listen,
so
English is literally a foreign language.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So because of that, I got my language waived. But yeah, that's the structure.
Interesting. Guys, I'm genuinely shocked. Hey, this is genuine surprise. I think the one thing that we definitely have in common is that whole major conversation and how for example, mine is strategic corporate communications. That's my major, and your major, to graduate you need a certain amount of credits, and there's certain courses that are to your like you get to choose from a certain amount because you can't just take anything. Also, it has to somehow correlate to that major. Somehow they must be cousins or distant cousins, you know what I'm saying? So you get a list of things that you can choose, and mostly in first year they, depending on how many credits and stuff they give like per semester, that particular module, that depends like how many modules you'll have every year. So I have a friend who all I remember is that her degree had something to do with money. So finance, accounting, management, something along those lines. I just know there was money involved because there was always a calculator and it wasn't always for mathematician related. So I was like, it's money. And she literally had like 8 modules from first year to her third year. And I just couldn't understand because it's just like staying in high school, having those 8 subjects and like just it not going down, which was very unfortunate.
Every single
semester.
Jeez,
there was like 4, let's say management A1, management A2, A3, like listen, it was never ending. And fortunately on my side, my degree, in first year I had to have 5 modules, and then in second year it was 4 modules. Now I'm in my third year, it's the 3 final modules. Thank God, because I don't know if I could have dealt with this type of overwhelming, it's very overwhelming because the workload it never ends, it just never ends. So I'm not too sure about for example, how in the American system, like you can graduate like ahead. I don't think there's even such a nice advantage like that here. If there is, please tell me. And if you're in UJ, I must go fight now, because how didn't we know this? You know what I mean? Because this is absolutely, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, 2 degrees, honey. What? My CV would be dancing right now.
Yeah.
You know. So I think that's the difference. It's not mandatory like in the States to take like a language and like a science and like an art. It really it's really only depends on what your major is.
Oh, and I wanted to say, because you mentioned how many you take. So for me, you have to take a minimum of, I believe, 3 to be a full-time student. International students have to take 3. You don't have a choice to take less, because if you're not full-time student status, you go against your visa requirements. So you can take a minimum of 3. The standard is 4. There are people who choose to take 5, and then if you want to take more, you're gonna have to start paying fees to take like 6 or 7 and stuff. Yeah. So for me, I normally take 4 or 4.5 every single semester. Yeah. But now I'm doing my masters as well, so I'm gonna be taking 4 and I think 2 master's courses as well.
So if you're a student that takes, for example, 6, and you obviously now have to pay more, how do they work around like your schedule? Because I'm just thinking, like there could be clashes, because isn't it like the norm to take like 3 or 4? But now if you have more, isn't there like a clash somewhere along the line?
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have to pick classes that go with your schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, you have no choice but to. No one is gonna. And the same class has a class at like 2, not 2 in the morning, at like 9 in the morning, and then again at 1, and then maybe at 6.
Okay, so you can.
One of them will fit for you.
No, at least, yeah. Here it's like, listen, if mass comm is at 10:30 on a Tuesday and on a Monday at 11, there's only those 2. And I think only of late, because of like the circumstances of having to do online school, that's the only reason why we have recorded lectures. Otherwise, if you missed it, you missed it.
Right.
Like, bro.
And do you guys have night classes?
Yeah, they are night classes, but they're not particularly undergrad. It's mostly like postgrad, like till like 9 at night. And I'm just like, I think my latest class was like at like 5:15 to like 6 something, and for me that was really like, oh my gosh, why? Because guys, listen, the safety on campus, it's dark. I don't like the darkness,
right? Yeah.
And like even outside of safety concerns, I mean, come on, guys, like normal life things, like people's soapies are playing at that time. You still doing school, like
there's important things like soapies, guys.
It's the same
some place at 6:30, please.
And some of us eat dinner at like 5, so like it would just mess up with normal life. You know?
Yeah. Actually, contrary to that, in America, in undergrad you have night classes. So I think I've taken about 2 night classes, and they tend to start from 6 until 9, but they only happen once a week if you have a night class. So the next question is, how do you approach studying?
I'd be lying if I said I have one way of studying, but and it's because of the assessment criteria. Like the assessment criteria really directs how you need to approach things. So if that's not how you study, you should start paying attention to the assessment criteria, because it's really a guideline as well, and it just makes your life easier as a student, and you're not gonna like keep on studying and not seeing the work you're putting, because you're probably studying incorrectly for your particular degree. Words have to become your friend, and also writing. So studying would definitely include a lot of reading and writing. And it also depends what kind of student you are, because there's people, like their ears are their best friends, their eyes are their best friends. I'm a person where my eyes and my mouth kind of just they combos communicate there together with my brain. Like I need to say it, I need to write it, I need to see it. That's the only way.
So from my perspective in terms of studying, I actually agree with that. It does depend on the kind of person that you are. And guys, it's important to figure out what kind of person you are. Because yes, we may be A students, and you can try and take what we do and do it, and it will not work for you, because it depends on the person. So for me, how I do it, when I write essays, guys, mind maps, I love those hands. I actually do mind maps.
See, she's a mind map person. I can't work with mind maps at all.
I love them.
I can't.
I love them. Like for me, I will just I make a mind, I have to write a paper, I make a mind map, and I do intro, body, end. And I'll just write some points, literally like 1 sentences or 1 word, and I understand what it means. 1 word, 1 sentence, and then I take it together and I put something together. So I use mind maps when I do essays. For a lot of my studying, when I have like business courses and stuff, and I also took like a religion course, I would literally write things down. Like I get a book and I literally look at the textbook and I summarize it and write it down for myself. By the time I'm writing, I already know the work. But I also have to go through it again.
Knowledge that you must just perfect.
Exactly. And then I go through it again, saying it out loud, so I can remember it. I test myself. I close the book and then I test myself. I've recently got into making Quizlets where
does Quizlet work for you?
It did actually in my last exam. It did, because what I do is it substitutes me writing down. So I go through the textbook and I find information, I put it in the form of a question and I write the answer. So when I'm done with my Quizlet, I'm able to quiz myself after that. So I've started getting into making Quizlets, and then sometimes, honestly, to check if I know the work, I get someone to just sit and I explain to them what I learned.
Yes, that's what I do. That's what I think I've been doing that since high school. Like I literally like teach my mom.
Exactly.
Even if she falls asleep, because half the time she usually would, because like the way it's so much information, like, and you have to, you know, teach. It's like teaching a child in the most simple way, like explain it and teach it. And you know that essay way that you were like planning your essays, guys. When I tell you that, like for me, mind maps are like, yo guys, it's like me drinking Coke. It doesn't work out. Like it just doesn't work out. I have tried, and this just goes to show that like what works for one person may not work for the next person.
Even
like,
though the results are still good results.
I need to color code, otherwise I can't see. Which is like so crazy, because I never actually out loud like thought about how I actually do this. But that's how I do it.
For me, like I'm a very lazy hard worker. Color coding takes work, in my opinion. So for me, like that kind of stuff that takes excess energy, I'm like, no. And also, like, one thing that really helps, guys, for real, listening in class. What listening in class does is, if your teacher's good,
that's so true,
is when you read something to study, you remember also related things that he said. It's not so foreign to you.
Even the voice, hey?
Even
like
the voice,
sometimes
everything.
Like the voice will...
Oh, has that happened in an exam where you literally heard your professor's voice saying the answer?
And I know, because I would teach my mom, like, I would hear myself saying it to her.
I do agree with that one thing that I found to be very important is understand your work. Do not just learn to parrot, but really take time to understand it, because trust me, even if you don't know all the work, if you understand it, bro, one thing
you'll be able to, you know,
you'll make a plan.
Make a plan.
Say something.
General knowledge. General knowledge.
Exactly. Into now the exam thing. So for me, for most of my courses, only like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 have been accumulative, but most of my exams goes like this, where it's like, we will have a semester, then we'll write about chapter 1 to 4 mid-semester, and then we'll write about chapter 4 to 12 at the end of the semester.
And that's actually like the structure.
The 2 exams, it's very rare that we have at the end of the semester a whole cumulative exam. Is that how it goes?
I know. No, not necessarily. I know, for example, in so the first half of semester 1, we probably would have learned, let's say, unit 1 unit 1 to unit 4, and that is what you're going to be assessed on, and then that's just the first half of semester 1, and in semester 2 you're learning unit 5 to like unit 10, for example. That's what you're assessed on, and once you move on, listen, you have moved on. That's one thing I like, because in high school, like, I'm sure you remember this, like at the end of the year you're doing things from June, and it's like, baby girl, that's not practical. Like,
not from June, from Jan. And they will, you know, even in math, they will ask you what's x plus 2xy plus z.
Like, bro, like, and we're not doing that right now. Stuff. You know, it's very. I really like that we do that in uni, because I feel like it's very good to also separate things and move on.
Exactly.
You know? Can't hold on to things forever, man.
So it's been a very long talk about school. I hope this was very educational and helpful for those of you who wanted to find out more. If you have any more questions, please comment down below. Please go follow Balisa on her Instagram, even though she's a retired influencer. Please go subscribe to her channel. Please go subscribe to her channel, because she has she literally will show you a day in her life, and she has the best vlogs. So please go subscribe to her channel as well. That's it for today, guys. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I will be back with more videos. If you want to see Balisa here again, comment down below and I'll try and make it happen. If you don't want to see her again, if she scared you, just let me know.
Still comment.
Let me know, guys.
Tell me if you want me to go and visit her.
Peace and love, guys.